Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Corey Johnson, and welcome to Relationship Management. Today's topic is going to be about rejection and neglect. Today, I am coming to you as your teacher, your counselor, and your attorney. I'm giving you professional advice, and it's going to be very helpful and good for your mind, your heart, and your soul. Your soul. Okay. Um, I'm gonna be helping your vibes and your energies to heal, and I'm gonna teach the world how to love and how to give. If you are involved in a relationship, never repeat the bad behaviors that your ancestors or family members have harmed you with. Don't give your girlfriend the same treatment that they give you. Vice versa, don't give your man the same bad treatment that your ancestors and family have given you. All of us has been hurt up in this world. All of us has suffered from rejection and neglect. Okay? We suffered when we was a child. Understand? And when we growed up to be an adult, we still think about the bad things that has happened to us when we was a child. Even though we are an adult, that child is still in us. That means that we cry and we grieve. So boyfriends and girlfriends or significant others or husband and wife need to comfort each other. You understand where I'm coming from? You have to support each other emotions, and you have to hug, and you have to show that you care about them. You have to always hold each other in arms, cry together, talk about it. That means you have to talk about everything that has happened in the past, you know what I mean? And let your significant other know that you are still suffering from that. You're never supposed to refuse, you know what I mean, to be loving and caring and understanding towards your significant other. Don't abandon him because he still got that little child in him and he's still suffering. He needs somebody that got some common sense to hold him, like hug him and talk to him. Let him know everything is gonna be all right. No matter how many times you need to talk, don't give up. Let him talk. You understand? And be a great big comforter and this help me. The Bible say he's gonna send a man that's help me. Help me mean you're gonna help him in more than one area. You're gonna be there for his mind, his emotion, his physical and spiritual, and you're gonna be there for his hunger pains. You're gonna help him. You're gonna cook for him. You're just gonna show that, you know what I mean, you're a way better person than them other evil people that has hurt him. You know? You never neglect him, never reject him, never deprive him from anything, his sexual needs. You understand? Because sex, it helps drown out the pain. It helps people to be able to cope. It's a cope mechanism. It's a therapy. It's therapeutic. Sex will help you to stop living in despair. You understand? It would take away, your pain, your grief, your fear, anxiety. You understand? Sex is a form of a medication. And it's very important, ladies, you need to stop telling your man no, he can't have it. Understand? Because whenever you reject him or neglect that, know what I'm saying, or deprive him, it's gonna cause him to be affected more, and it will brain damage him even more, and it will mess with his emotions, emotional abuse. He was hurt already when he was a child. Please be a comforter and help heal him. Never ever say, I'm not gonna help him. I don't want to hear nothing he got to say. You know what I mean? I don't want to have nothing to do. No, don't do that. Show your significant other that you are better than his mother. You understand? You know what I mean? Vice versa, man. Show your significant other that you are better than her dad. Be better. Understand? Never repeat the bad behaviors that your parents give to you. Never repeat them to your children. Be better parents than what your parents were, and let your children, you understand, experience true blessings and true protection. I am going to be speaking a little, giving you a short example. I have someone in my family, you know what I mean, that's telling everybody in my family and her friends that don't believe nothing I got to say. Understand that I'm crazy and stuff like that, and that is very wrong to do that, and I'm gonna break it down to you what that's called. Okay, it's very wrong to do that. You know what I mean? To cause family members to not want to talk to me. You know what I mean? Or to cause your friends to not want to talk to me. You know what I mean? And to block me out and to ignore me and to mistreat me. Okay? There's a word that's called. You understand? For that, what you're doing. And I'm going to break it down to you. But I am going to come back to it. All right? I am going to start off with rejection is the act of refusing to accept or acknowledge someone or something. You understand? Now, my purpose of wanting to talk to other family members and stuff like that, because it is a healing, you know what I mean? And by you telling them that I am lying and I'm crazy, you are stopping me from getting healing or mental therapy. That's mental therapy, to have someone to show that they care. You are teaching family members and your friends are not to care for me and to be, you know what I mean, to have a cold heart. Understand? Now, rejection is the act of refusing to accept or acknowledge something or someone, but it also encompasses the painful emotions and psychological responses that occur when an individual feels excluded or unwanted by others. The experience of rejection can activate the same brain regions involved in physical pain, leading to emotions like anger, sadness, and shame. Strategies to cope with rejection include acknowledging your feelings, practicing self-compassion, focus on your strengths, and seeking support from friends or mental health professionals, according to sources like Self Magazine and Calm. Understand? Now, the type of rejection. Rejection can manifest in various forms. Social rejection is being excluded from a social relationship or interaction by an individual or a group. A romantic rejection is the pain of a romantic partner's rejection or a breakup. A familiar or somebody might pronounce it like FAMILIAR, rejection, is feeling estranged or excluded by one's family. You understand? It's like a family, it's kind of hard to pronounce. Okay, a professional rejection is receiving a rejection letter for a job or a place in a study course. All right, somebody might say, why rejection is painful? Evolutionary roots. Our brains are hardwired to associate rejection with danger and pain, as exclusion from a group was a significant threat to survival in our evolutionary past. Brain activation. Social rejection activates the same brain regions responsible for processing physical pain, leading to similar experiences of distress. Emotional impact. Rejection can trigger negative emotions such as loneliness, sadness, anxiety, anger, shame, and embarrassment, affecting self esteem. How to cope with rejection. Acknowledge your feelings, allow yourself to feel the pain and other emotions without judgment. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, recognizing that rejection is a common human experience. You have to focus on strengths. Remind yourself of your accomplishments and positive qualities to boost your self-esteem. You have to engage in self-care. Participate in activities that bring you joy and make you feel good. You have to seek support, connect with supportive people, or consider professional help if people don't want to be bothered with you. I have nothing to do with you. Like it. Professional help is such as a therapy, mental therapist, psychiatrist, to process your feelings. You have to also challenge negative thoughts. Question the story you tell yourself about the rejection, as emotions can sometimes distort your perception of the situation. You also have to you have to create new goals. Let go of old goals and set new realistic ones to help you move forward. Okay? The definition of rejection, everybody, is the dismissing or refusing, you understand, of a proposal, idea, situation. That we understand? A family member rejecting your painful childhood memories is known as traumatic invalidation. Now, back to what I was telling you about, I've tried to speak with family members and, you know what I mean, and friends, you know what I'm saying, that know the person very well that has rejected me, you know what I mean, and looked like they was believing in me at first and was gonna talk to her, but next thing you know, that person blocked me out, you know what I'm saying, because I had this person up in my family, you know what I'm saying, that's closer, that's supposed to be closer than everybody else in my family, has told everybody in my family don't believe nothing I have to say, you know what I'm saying, about my childhood painful experience, you know what I'm saying? What my other relative did to me when I was a child. Told my family members and all the friends don't believe nothing Corey have to say, you understand, about that. And he is crazy. And she caused everybody to um, look at me different and to disrespect me and to hate me and to dislike me and to block me. You understand? So I'm going to say this again. A family member rejecting your painful childhood memories is known as traumatic invalidation, or it can be a form of emotional neglect, which often leaves a profound wound known as rejection wound, or contributes to rejection trauma. Okay, and also I've had someone else that raised me when I was a child. I've reached out to them by email, you know what I mean, and I was ignored, and they never addressed it, you know what I mean, the things, how I feel, you know what I mean. But that's okay. You know what I mean? Because you know, it's I say it's okay, meaning that I'm not gonna worry about it if a person refuse to not the one to be there for you. Yeah, that's their prerogative. That's between them and the Lord. But I'm gonna come back on this. Um, this rejection can also be part of a broader pattern of family scapegoating, where the family denies or dismisses the experiences of harm or abuse. Now, the key term and concepts. Okay, traumatic invalidation is when important people in your life, like family members, repeatedly dismiss, belittle, or reject your emotions, behaviors, or identity according to the center of deployments psychology. You know, and you have emotion emotional neglect. It's a form of neglect where a family ignores or dismisses the feelings, needs, or wishes of certain family members, leading to feelings of exclusion, you understand, low self-esteem, and a sense of not belonging. You understand? Note psychology today. You understand? Rejection wound trauma is the lasting emotional pain from rejection that can negatively impact self-esteem, sense of belonging, and mental health, according to the Charlie. You ever heard of the Charlie Health and the foundation? It's called the CPTSD Foundation. You heard of that? All right. Family scapegoating. It's a dynamic where one family member is unfairly blamed for the family problems, and their experiences of harm are dismissed and denied by the rest of the family. You understand? What happens to you when family members reject your painful childhood experiences? It can result in difficulty trusting others, feelings of low self-esteem and inadequacy, increased anxiety and depression, increased. Okay, make sure I say that right, because sometimes I get confused. All right, a feeling of not being seen, heard, or believed, even when you are sharing your own truth. The sense that your feelings and experiences are not valid or real. A form of complex trauma, such as post-traumatic stress disorder. All right, if the experiences of invalidation are ongoing, according to Pace's connection. You see, ladies and gentlemen, traumatic invalidation is a form of psychological abuse. You understand? Where a person experiences feelings and thoughts are repeatedly dismissed, minimized, or denied by significant other. You know what I'm saying? Because I was telling you, it's very important that if you have a relationship, don't repeat bad behaviors that your, ex has did to you or your family has did to you. You understand? You have to really be there for your partners. It's very important that you guys will help heal each other. That's a very beautiful thing to do. Help to heal and comfort each other. Okay? This can lead to profound emotional distress. I'm talking about traumatic invalidation. It can lead to profound emotional distress damage to self-esteem, and long-term mental health problems. The definition and characteristics. Traumatic invalidation involves persistent denial or dismissal of a person's emotions and experiences, criticizing or belittling their feelings as being overreacting or unreasonable, blaming the person for their own problems, or dismissing their reality, treating their concerns as unimportant or insignificant, controlling or manipulating their behavior to silence their experiences. And it's the impact on the traumatic invalidation can have a devastating impact on a person's mental health, leading to anxiety and depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, borderline personality disorder, low self-esteem and self-worth, difficulty trusting others, problems with emotional regulation. The causes: traumatic invalidation can occur in various contexts, including childhood abuse or neglect, toxic relationships, social discrimination or marginalization, certain mental health conditions, such as post-traumatic stress disorder or bipolar. Treatment. The therapy is crucial for addressing traumatic invalidation. A therapist can help individuals understand and validate their experiences, develop coping mechanisms for dealing with invalidation, build healthy relationships, challenge negative self-belief, and improve self-esteem, and learn techniques for regulating emotion. The conclusion is traumatic invalidation is a serious form of psychological abuse that can have profound and lasting consequences. It is important to recognize